Hello, everyone. Sorry if this does not turn out well this evening. I am having some technical difficulties. I am having to broadcast from home this evening. I'm going to talk little bit about why I'm broadcasting from home. Could you guys just let me know? Because I had a hard time getting on. I had to get off, lost the stream. So, do you guys hear me? Just in the chat, let me know if you hear me, so I know what's going on. So I do see that James Colbert is here, William Campbell, Marie Withers, Tina Hobbs. So do you guys hear me? Okay, I'm not certain how good this is going to be or whatever this evening, and I do apologize, but I do seem to be having internet connection issues this evening. Good evening, Catherine Lynn. Nice to have you here tonight. But yeah, I've had some technical issues here. Got everything. I think we're connected, and I think our strength shows we're good. We'll see what goes on, and I'll explain to you guys a little bit why we were. I was actually going to broadcast from the office this week. Wanted to do a little bit of sharing and stuff with some stuff. I don't have all that set up here at the house. But so I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, joining me on the show. This weekend was a weird weekend. I had intended to go to the red, white, and boom thing, but with the rain, I decided to not go. And then we had some issues with our office this weekend, which I'm going to share with you guys. Um, why I'm not broadcasting from the office location. So you guys know we had a really bad rain on Saturday, and we had a lot of rain in a few hours. So we had tried to go to Stone Mountain that night to go watch the fireworks there, and it just came, the rain there, and we just got soaked and drenched. And they did end up having the laser show and fireworks, but they pushed it off a little bit till the weather got out of the way, and we were soaked, and everything we brought was soaked, and we decided to just go ahead and pack it up and come home. Well, Sunday evening, I went over to the office to do a couple things and check some stuff out, and I was going to go to the red, white, and boom, and then when I got to my office, I noticed first of all there is a storm drain grate. There's actually two large storm drain grates that are on the property of the office where all the runoff flows over to our properties, and they've got these two big runoff grates there that handle a lot of the runoff from the whole area. So I noticed there was that the grate that was on top of the one had been blown off. Now that's happened before when enough water pressure happens that grate's been blown off before. But I noticed that there were debris. The parking lot was a disaster, and I noticed that a lot of debris had been taken up against the building. So I went ahead and went in the building. As I got in the building, the office was soaked. It was just horrible inside. At least 2 inches of water, ran all the way through the building to the back and out into the bay. The shop work areas and all that. I mean, we really everything sort of on pallets and up off the ground. So we probably didn't, 2 inches of water was probably what went through the building. And so I brought in those professional cleaners that come in and they run those HIPAA filters and they dry everything. So that's there this evening because all that equipment is running in the office, and you would not be able to hear me with all that noise and ruckus going on. So that's why we're broadcasting here from this studio, is because the office is actually being all the moisture taken out of it and such. And we're going to reclean. They're going to clean all the carpets here. I think Friday, all that's getting done, and then they're going to decontaminate and all that stuff. So we're going through that process right now. But interesting is we rent our company. We rent the office space there in the shop area, and we're actually planning on purchasing the property this coming fall. And So it's, we've been there for 8 years. We've never had the water come up into the building before. We've had the water come really close, come up and such. We've been concerned about, that drainage area from the storm water that comes there. So our landlord, very nice lady. I've like I said, we've been tenants there for 8 years now. Her husband, Dennis, was great man, passed away last year around this time, and great landlord. So we actually had occupied one suite there, and then during COVID there was another business in there. They went under, and we took over that other part of the building and such. So we have the majority of the building that we have our business in. So we took over that, and like I said, we had all this damage, and she got a hold of the county, and the stormwater people come out there. They said, yeah, this is definitely our issue. This can't handle, if there's a significant amount of rain, this can't handle that runoff. So they admitted it to her right up front, can't handle it. So then she wanted somebody to talk to her about, we've got all this damage that we're having to clean up and stuff. And right now, I mean, just, rough estimate from get go, $3,700 just for the cleanup. $3,700 is what we're looking at for, y'all getting all the moisture out of the building, and decontaminate. I mean, $3,700 is right now what the low end is, what we're looking at right from get go. So she asked them about, submitting an invoice for, because it's their issue, because they admitted that, their stormwater can't handle the capacity. So what does she get told? This is what she gets told today. She gets told by the director of stormwater that they advise her to file a claim with her insurance, and then have the insurance company file a claim against the county, because they don't deal with citizens directly. You guys, now there are no board of commissioners this month, but trust me, Larry Cox will be going to the next board of commission meeting they have, whether they want to deal with a citizen in person or not. That board will be dealing with Larry Cox for the first session that they're back in August. I will be going, and we're going to air all our dirty laundry, because if they don't want to, they want to raise the stormwater fees. They want to collect these things through our taxes. Then when a citizen's property is damaged by an inadequate stormwater system, you get told, file a claim with your insurance company and file with us. You know what? That is total. Yeah. File a claim. Let's raise your rates, and then you can go ahead and have your insurance company file a claim against us. Let me ask you guys out there in the interwebs land, do you think that was the appropriate response from the director of stormwater? File a claim with your insurance and have them file a claim against us? Or should the county step up, say it is our issue, we will handle it? It's what they should have done. But no, why don't you file a claim with your insurance? They admit that their system can't handle if it's a significant capacity of stormwater, but yet we pay millions and millions of dollars. We borrow millions and millions of dollars for stormwater. And when they don't do their job, we're just supposed to take it in the chin. This is ridiculous. This is the ridiculous stuff that I talk about all the time in this county, and the incompetence of how this county is run. But yet, and you know what? I can't promise that I don't go to that meeting and talk about incompetence and, why you guys shouldn't hold office. And this is the reason that Rockdale needs to change. This is just ridiculous. So I'm telling you right now, guys, things have got to change. This county is ridiculous. I wonder why people, businesses and stuff, bypass Rockdale County, go to Newton County. They'll be going to Morgan County here soon. They want to know why do Rockdale County, why does it feel like it's a second fiddle county? Because actually it it is a second fiddle county because our elected officials are clowns. Because that's why people don't want to do business here because there's no professionalism. We've got this one person who occupies the post one commission position who has been disbarred because of incompetence, because of stealing money from clients and not performing services. And that's what it is, folks. It's stealing money. And they don't know how to properly handle our tax dollars. When you've got an inadequate stormwater system that causes damage to a business in Rockdale County, and they say, go and handle it on your own. We don't deal with the citizen. We advise you to file a claim with your insurance company and have them get, that costs a lot more money. When you start involving attorneys and these fees, it jacks up the price, people. It jacks up the numbers that we're dealing with. If they just deal with the citizen, deal with the problem, you don't have the all these extra numbers going on. So it's just ridiculous that we as citizens have to tolerate this type of income in our county. It's crazy. I mean, that's why I talk about Rockdale County. We talk about tax exemptions, and I mentioned that and I want to start a movement about when you get so old, and when you're a senior, you deserve to actually own your property. And I don't think this is just for Georgia. I think this is for America. We need the American Homestead Exemption Act, that when senior citizens reach a certain age, that we don't pay taxes on our properties any longer, that we actually get to own the land that we've worked hard for and paid for all our lives, that we don't have to pay this severance, that we don't have to pay a penance to the government to be allowed to keep the property that they say we've purchased. We don't own a damn thing. We are allowed to live on this land as long as we comply and pay the government money. This is why, we just celebrated Independence Day. This is why our founding fathers dumped that tea in the Boston harbor, and they had the Boston Tea Party. It was, it was unfair taxation without representation. We are getting ripped off, taxed to high heaven now with supposed representation. You know what? We don't need all these programs that are just this funding that's going on. It is ridiculous. Let us handle some of our own money. Let us handle our own issues. But we need to start with American Homestead Exemption Act. You know what? Somebody wants to do something in Congress, benefits everybody in American Homestead Exemption Act would be that right thing. Am I going to have to write this legislation and run for Congress? I'll run somewhere that you can get elected, because you don't got to live where you run. I'll find some sort of the district here in Georgia. You guys, let's Congress and let's pass this American Homestead Exemption Act. That's what I think we need to do. I think we need to run our own person for Congress to introduce the American Homestead Exemption Act, so Americans actually own property, that we actually own a piece of land. That's what I think. I'm a little bit radical tonight, a little bit hyped up, guys, because you know what, that thing today, file a claim with your insurance company and then have them file a claim against us. Totally ridiculous. And that's why I think Americans need to own their own land. Let me ask you guys out there, should at some point we actually own the measly piece of property that we call home? Should we at some point own it and not have to pay taxes on it? I think we should. And the government needs to live within its means, if that means we get to actually own something and not pay a fee. It is what it is. Find alternative ways to finance education. Find alternative ways to do the things you do. You don't all, the day's coming and you're not dollars. That's all I'm saying. That's what I feel. I am just sick and tired of this. Tina Hobbs says, yes, yes, yes. The American Homestead Exemption Act. And that's what I think, start out in Georgia, the Georgia Homestead Exemption Act, and then let it spread from Georgia, from the Georgia Homestead Exemption Act to the American Homestead Exemption Act. And Larry for Congress in some district, unbeknownst to it, may be what we have to do to start this movement. As I may have to run for Congress to actually make this happen. And, if you guys want me to run for Congress, let's start the committee, start the fundraising, and let's go and let's do it. And our sole thing that we're going to run on initially is the American Homestead Exemption Act. If I could do 3 terms in Congress, get the Homestead Exemption Act passed, that'd be enough for me. It would be a great accomplishment. Write it in the history books, call it a day. That's something we may go for. May start that movement. Who knows? A little fired up right now. So, don't fire me up, get me talking crazy stuff. So it is what it is. But I'm not going to stay on here long tonight, guys, because I just am a little bit crazy tonight. And I'm, it's hard to tell what I'll end up saying. The longer I stay on here, the more radical I could get. So what I want to do is just before I get off tonight, right? We're getting ready to put out some information. The Rockdale Republican Party, we're getting ready to have another raffle for another firearm. So you can go to the Rockdale County Republican Party site. There is a nice little handgun that we're getting ready to raffle off. We're getting ready to do a 9mm Taurus full size. So go on there and get your tickets. I'll be sending an emails out about that probably tomorrow. The Rockdale Republican Party will be having our monthly meeting tomorrow night at Amici's from 6 to 8. Ken Holmes will be speaking on immigration. I'll just be giving a small update. We'll have a representative from the Kemp campaign coming there and just speaking about the Kemp's campaign, some things they're going to do. He's probably going to have some signs and such. So, come out. Let's hear that. And then starting next month, we'll start having candidates that are running in statewide races come in and address the party. Then hold on to your seats here, guys. In October, we're the 4th Congressional District, which I happen to also be the chairperson of. We are going to have a statewide rally for Republican statewide candidates. We're going to have it in Legion Field in Covington. Date yet to be determined. I think it's going to be a Sunday in October. As we get this information, we are going to put it out there. We're going to be looking for a musical acts to be playing. It's going to be an all-day event. They have a amphitheater there, so we're going to have acts mixed in between the speakers speaking on and off all day long. Probably start the festivities around noon, finishing up 7, 8 o'clock that evening. And of course, as we go through the day, the more high profile candidates will speak as the day goes on. But I intend on speaking at some point during the meeting. I'm going to write a speech. I very seldom write speeches and give them, but there's some things on my mind that I really think need to be said. So I'm going to be writing that speech at that event, and I look forward to doing that in October. It will be the 4th Congressional District state candidates, and it's going to be at Legion Field in Covington. As soon as we get that facility booked, I will give everybody the dates. But guys, let's just know we can make a difference if we stick together and if we fight these issues one at a time. So I'm going to let you guys off here this evening. Thank you for allowing me to come on and rant and rave like a wild man, just insane this evening, because I'm a little bit fired up about some things. But you know what? When Americans get fired up and we see that there's something that needs to be done, that's when powerful things can happen. So with your help, with your assistance, and with your support, we can make things happen. So thank you, everyone. I will see you Sunday, and we'll be broadcasting from my decontaminated, dried out office. Thanks, everybody. See you on Sunday.